Have you ever heard of the control center? No, I'm not talking about NASA's mission control. Fun fact, did you know that a calculator is more powerful than the computers that sent Apollo 11 to the moon? Well, imagine what your iPhone can do if the calculator is just one of the apps. Speaking of iPhones, the control center is a handy tool built into your iPhone or iPad that lets you change settings and access useful apps instantly and from anywhere. Quick disclaimer, this video is about iPhones and iPads, but I'll be doing a video about quick settings for Android, which is a similar concept. Also, Apple have a tendency to change things unnecessarily between versions of their phones and iPads. I'm looking at you, headphone jack. So, things might change from different versions of iPhones and iPads. Back to it. You can think of the control center like a Swiss Army knife, with useful tools and toggles that most people would need to use most of the time. To open Control Center, just slide your finger down from the top right of the screen, or on some phones, slide your finger up from the bottom. To close it, you just slide it in the opposite direction. So in the Control Center, in the top left, you have the connection controls, which includes Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, mobile data, and airplane mode. You can tap on each one of these to turn them on or off. On a side note, mobile data might be AirDrop if you're using iPad without a SIM card. Then next to that you have the music control. If you press play, it will start playing music from the last app you used. On this phone it's playing the radio stations, but it can also play music from Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, and YouTube. Below music, we have the brightness and volume sliders. You simply slide your finger up and down to change how bright or how loud your iPhone is. To the left of that, we have three icons. Let's talk about the lock. So when you turn your iPhone sideways, the screen rotates as well, which is useful depending on what you're using it for. But if you're trying to watch a portrait video on Facebook about technology, then it can be annoying if your screen goes sideways and you have to treat your iPad like a steering wheel to get it to the right direction again. The lock button on Control Center allows you to lock the rotation so that your screen doesn't turn and you can learn about technology in peace. To the right of the lock, we have the crescent moon icon. This button turns on Do Not Disturb mode, which stops all of your notifications until you turn it off again. Screen mirroring is for when you want to show your screen on a TV so you could look through pictures with your family. Now the bottom four icons aren't actually settings, but they're apps. Number 1 is the torch, and you turn it on or off by tapping it. Number 2 is the timer, which could be useful if you're using your iPad to look at a recipe when you're cooking and you need to time the oven. Number 3 is the calculator, and number 4 is the camera. One thing I haven't actually mentioned is that you can hold your finger down on any of them to do more actions. Like if you hold your finger down on the torch, you can actually change the brightness of the torch. As well as that, you can also add tools to the Control Center. But why don't you play around with that and see what you find in the settings. This video has been mainly about iPhones and iPads, but I'm going to do another video about quick settings for Android phones on another day. Thanks for watching, and leave a comment for any questions you have for me or any topics you might want me to do a video on. One small step and one giant leap.